Blue Apron seemed to have the perfect pandemic business model. Meal kits delivered to your home at a time when dining out just wasn't an option. But it's been a tough few years for the company. Its shares have fallen 94% since it went public 4 years ago. In 2019, Blue Apron brought in a new CEO to turn things around and launched new products to bring in more customers. Recently, it branched out into the frozen microwavable food space for the first time. And there are signs the company is bouncing back. Shares have almost doubled over the past month. But the challenges remain with more competition and more people now going out to eat. Joining me now is Blue Apron's president and CEO, Linda Kozlowski. So grateful for your time today.
Thanks so much for letting me be here.
So let's talk about first Blue Apron's capital raise of $78 million of equity. What will the proceeds be used for?
So the proceeds are, the deal is still in process, but the proceeds are really going to be divided amongst three main initiatives. One is to accelerate the growth strategy to drive new customers and associated revenue. The second is really to put new implementation around ESG initiatives that we're working on, including carbon neutrality by the end of the first quarter of 2022. And then third, it's really focusing on labor and increasing our wages per hour to $18 per hour starting for our employees in our fulfillment centers. Along with all of that, we also collapsed the AB stock structure of the company in order to improve governance across our board.
Okay, I want to take everybody back to the situation that Blue Apron was in back, let's say, in April 2019 when you took on the task of turning the company around. Forbes called it a sinking ship, and Forbes said that you were doomed to fail. First of all, why did you take on that challenge? And secondly, do you think Blue Apron can survive?
I've taken on a lot of challenges in my life, and I think this is one of the more interesting ones because this is an incredible product with actually a very, very rich market ahead. When you think about the competition in the space, the reason there's competition in the meal kit space is because this is such a huge market. When you look at the food opportunity across grocery and across meal kits and across eating out and delivery, there's a lot of opportunity as people continue to evolve and adapt to the way that they eat. But the thing that we see very clearly is people are continuing to put more and more emphasis on what they put into their body, the quality of what they put into their body, and the combination of the brand and the legacy here that's really, really strong when it comes to quality of product with the opportunity to improve execution is just exactly in line with a great recipe for something that can grow and can thrive.
But the competition is fierce, and then you've got on top of that higher food and shipping costs. I'm curious how those are impacting your gross margins.
Yeah, so the competition is fierce because it's an interesting space. And what we're seeing is through the pandemic, people started to see a lot more about the value of meal kits beyond just the convenience factor and really thinking about adding variety, adding sustainability through reduced food waste, and really adding a lot more discovery when it comes to Blue Apron because of the fact that we do bring new ingredients and techniques into the box. There are, of course, pressures, as we've seen on logistics and on food costs, but this is one of the areas where the benefit of being able to reduce food waste, go direct to the consumer, cut out a lot of the middleman in the process, really starts to help drive value for the customer in the box. You know, we're at the point where we've been able to continue to provide high quality ingredients to our customer at prices lower than they'd be able to buy those same ingredients in the store. And that's something we're very proud of.
Is it also key to be unique because it's so competitive to stand out? And what are you doing in that area?
I actually think this is going to be an interesting phase that you see going forward is continued differentiation. Some people are going a lot more mainstream. We've always focused on quality of ingredients, direct sourcing, high animal welfare standards, and really great recipes that sort of surprise people and teach them new skills. So I do think you're going to see more differentiation going forward, just because, again, it's such a large space when you think about the entire food space. You're always going to see multiple players that really play to different audiences. And that's where I think you'll see the meal kit industry going as we start to say, okay, here is our best audience, which, you know, we know really well and we continue to grow. And other kits might have a different type of audience that they might be going after to try to continue to grow the market.
Revenue has taken a hit, though, and analysts are saying that consolidation is really needed to keep meal kit companies alive. What do you say to that?
I think revenue is really interesting when you look at the seasonality of revenue across the different parts of the year and different phases of people's lives. And so, one of the things that we're always thinking about is how can we innovate on products that meet customers' needs during multiple times of the year? So, I think long term, there's going to be a lot of differentiation, and you may see some consolidation in the future depending on synergies between companies.
Okay, Linda Kozlowski, CEO and President of Blue Apron, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.